Welcome everyone to another, hopefully very fun live stream. Adding a T2 package. Today a shorter video. People asked just yesterday, recurring theme, how to add a package to T2 when they play along at home, have fun with their devices at home. And that is in general, of course, super easy, probably usually way easier than in most Linux distributions. T2 is having these packages here in the script T2 sources package sorted in repositories. This is just some sorting, doesn't have any functionality. It's just like for human sorting of not having 4,000 files or directories in one directory like Rust and www and stuff. So what I wanted to add quickly, beside IOQuake, but they don't really have releases, but the other day we have seen in building, what was it, WebKit GTK, there's some new lib soap 3. I'm not yet sure if we need a new package for that. However, I updated that and that doesn't build because dependencies, recurring theme here. So there's a new NGHDP2. You can never have too many dependencies. 4,000 packages plus counting is not enough. Obviously need a couple of HTTP2 libraries. I should remark, recurring theme, not a fan of, sure, open source and choice and stuff, but it's also, we don't really need 5 or 10 or a dozen or plus HTTP libraries, right? There's also a limit. Anyway, let's package this one. I think we have already one or another. Where would it be? So first we need to decide where in which repository. It again doesn't really matter. You could, if you have like some random extra stuff, stick it in. I think we have contrib, or do we have extra no contrib, or otherwise like X11 KDE GNOME. Let's quickly check if, okay, I think this is actually best in network. Maybe we also need to sort this a little bit because we have www and network. Maybe there's also not even. Yeah, this is mostly browser-like. Anyway, not because the thing is, of course, why is URI parser here and not the network? But anyway, so network. If you work with Subversion, if you do that at home, you can of course just mkdir. I usually svn mkdir to commit that in a second. Is the download? So then we need to figure out the download name. We prefer package names that are one-to-one upstream, unless they are totally crazy, then we sometimes change them a little bit, like dashes and stuff. There would even be archive, releases, and okay, GitHub. Yeah, at least they have an amazing URL. So we use exactly this name that is somewhat sane, except the 2, but that's what it is. In general, not the greatest fan of this numbered package names. We usually only have this in if you have like, what is it, libxml and libxml1 or GTK1 and GTK2 and GTK plus. Anyway, should be seldom, although yeah, probably here of course part of HTTP2. Do we have this already? Oh, what, we have this already on NGHDP. Didn't even expect that. What, we have this already? Okay, so much to that preparation. I didn't even expect that at all. So normally this is the description used, metadata used in T2. So maybe we want to update that a little bit. So this is like key value. It's 20 years old nowadays. And I think, although a little bit non-standard, still easy. Also maybe you could easier like have your only column, but doesn't even matter implementation details, right? And why should a running system if it's working? So these are the keys. Theoretically there are long versions, but we don't use them. Like copy, here's also like info and stuff, but somehow we don't use it anywhere. Maybe we actually should remove support for the long names. Just that you know where this IIT, so this is info, text, URL, author, maintainer, category, flags, license, status, version, priority for when to build in Bootstrap, and download. And so I usually, of course, you can create this from scratch, but it's of course a little bit more error prone. So I usually just copy a file. So this is GitHub. Okay, so then let's see. So this is how you usually would do that, and then you would eventually download and test build that. And updating a package, either you edit this with your favorite text editor, or you use our scripts update package. The script has a benefit, it clears the checksum there, it does the download, it patches the new checksum in there, so that is obviously a little bit more convenient and certainly way faster, especially if you update more than one. Are the basic steps. Most distributions have way more for RPM, much more, or Debian control file. So most Linux distributions have way more complex, like magnitude longer and more cumbersome packaging stuff. And also this fails. Only constant is change and build errors. And HTTP2, did it even build or make conflict? Or this is some SSL did this like fully build except the bloody warning. So yeah, we still have some polishing to do to avoid. Also, this is mostly SSL and some Python stuff. Is it already installed? No, it wasn't installed. The only reason I built this now is, of course, trying to update this libsoap and see whether we need a new package like libsoap 3 for WebKit GTK, or, well, at least optional HTTP2 stuff. I also wonder whether it needs 2 then. Does WebKit GTK need libsoap 2 and libsoap 3? But anyway, so this doesn't have here anything. Let's hope we build this in HTTP. We built that, so that would be what? Oh, this is CMake. Can we disable that? Enable Python bindings. In general, so this is in the second stuff that you would do. Normally stuff just builds, but nowadays the more modern stuff is that a decade ago or 2 decades ago stuff was configure, make, install, and stuff that wasn't there, like optional dependencies, would simply not build. Somehow the modern build systems have the tendency to fail, although it's like an optional dependency. That is a little bit annoying. And this, in general, T2 you would want for a really nice package have here some code. So this is O for code, obviously, right? But we only have the short text. We use this if you have a little bit code, like my rule is like 3 or less. Or like I could also make this like 5 or less. If it's a little bit code, it can be mixed directly in here. Otherwise, if it's way more, then we have a conf file, which is shellcode. And for one thing, we want no var append. This is just, you could open code that. Var append is just our internal variable, shell variable helpers. You could open code that with conf opts or cmake opts equals cmake opts and so on. So this is variable helper for any separator, could be colon and stuff. And then enable, what was there? I think they use something like this. No, yeah, recurring theme. All the build systems use different option specifier flags there. Some falls true. Well, configure was, of course, disable, enable, with or without. And nowadays it's like, yeah, sometimes false, no, yes, and so on. And then sometimes, even in Meson, they change this now between string combo options, and so then it's sometimes enabled. Super annoying. For example, even libsoap, I just updated this, and the previous Boolean options have changed to string combo. So it was false and true, and now it's enable, disable, and auto, which, thank you very much. Also, maybe a change to what I just quoted of being annoying with optional dependencies. They probably changed this from true, false to have an auto auto detect case for these options. What do we have here now? Is this still Python, or did we run wait a second, why did we run configure if also more drop frames. Of course, this is Vodafone failing. So I slightly, what did it even, so yes, that is nowadays the reality of multiple build systems in a package. Then you need to find out which you want to use. Oh, this is crazy. It has configure, Meson, and CMake. This is, of course, or is it? Oh, wait a second. Oh, I take this back. This was a. It has configure. Okay, it has configure and CMake. Whatever. So much to that. Thank you very much for. Then this. The question is, what did they use for that? Maybe that should we. Maybe double check that before we waste our time with trial and error. Python enable, probably enable Python bindings. Okay, fair enough. But previously, usually this like decade-old standard was more like either enable, disable Python, or always more like with or without. Although this enable versus with and without was always a little bit fishy as well. But yeah, Python bindings, I think it was. Let's try that again. Yeah, these are then the additional things. In general, in T2 packages usually don't need code because the T2 scripted build system checks what files are there and runs this already with reasonable or other package included, like if PEM is selected with PEM and so on. And only if you need to modify the auto-detected code flow and options, then you need like add additional stuff theoretically, like maybe with Python. Actually, we could make this, because I actually wonder would it. Yeah, let's like document this, but because right now I'm not sure if it would auto-detect this. It's, maybe if someone builds with Python some embedded system with that, they have this already at their disposal. So, by the way, this theoretically is or maybe data. So then just some additional stuff. Our data AI bot to auto update this, we certainly need CV flags. I think Odd Stable renamed this. Didn't add this for some days. Always good to double check that. Yeah, Odd Stable. Let's just see. Pro tip: test the stuff. Yeah, so just to see that this parses and doesn't error out with unsupported flag there. The other constant is drop frame, thanks to Vodafone Garbage. Doxis Cable here in Berlin. Just did a nice phone call with them. Incompetent morons, don't get anything done. Anyway, 3 years and counting. Well, let's continue in a second. So, ng-http2, and then let's test build list this libsoap. Needs even more stuff. So, and this is unfortunately what makes me a little bit sad, if not depressive, is the state of open source. More dependencies, most dependencies. What does it want now? GIO has real checking. Certified libsoap requires glib networking with TLS support. Oh my god. Let's also see if there's an update for that. And then usually, like, you want to quickly update something, and then you sit here 1 hour updating one thing after another and checking the details. Okay, there's apparently a new version of so much to, yeah. And then live on YouTube, it looks like nothing builds. On T2, oh, this is fun. OpenSSL3 breakage live here on this channel. Actually, I'm surprised that that didn't come up before. And there would be... Actually, why do we disable this one? Maybe we try what happens when we build with that, because I'm not fixing that today. But so this was glib. Yeah, so this is how you spend then your whole day, or afternoon, or day, or night. Networking, OpenSSL3. So let's quickly see if merge OpenSSL is 2018. Quick check whether there's someone with that patch. Yeah, okay, this does it have any SSL implementation now? SSL, OpenSSL, GNU TLS. Okay, that probably should hopefully work. Let's try that. We wanted to only test this one. I'm not committing that though, right? This is just sometimes it's like some prototyping, need some gathering some data and understanding what are the requirements and stuff, even for this. What does fail now? Libsop did we build? I think we built the other one. What does fail now though? Argument atomic load, G-atomic, volatile qualifier. See, we got that. Atomic load discards bootleg qualifier. What the heck? I can't make this stuff up. I mean, maybe we have glib update? No, we don't. Might be relatively new. What is even the version? Oh, there is 270. Yeah. Recurring theme, I wonder a little bit. Which was it even? Could quickly, maybe don't try adding packages when, but if it's not super easy, straightforward stuff, of course you don't know when you start. But this is probably unexpectedly documents a set state of this. How did we build that? What was the build system of Ninja object here? What do I have here? Oh, dash C. What? Ninja. Cannot have enough stuff. 111. GNU C extension. Oh my god, type of. Yeah, we don't have generics and YOLO or. See, we got that glorified macro preprocessor. May I rest my case? In expansion of macro atomic pointer. Jeez. Oh man, what a mess. Don't really want to spend my time now with this here now. Or is it actually, you know what? Do they intentionally double error that? That would be funny if they caught that intentionally with their yep. This is crazy. Var, let's remove that. But yeah, C is the state of C. Super amazing stuff. cc wrapper remove, and that would be this here. And once upon a time we actually removed all W error, but that caused some build errors, I think, ironically, with some configure stuff, checking stuff, and I don't know what strange stuff happened there. Wasn't really worth my time checking that. Okay. Yeah, I guess we want to add that because I don't want this stuff for you to fail, and then I get emails and Discord and stuff like, yeah, libsoap fails for me. So this is recurring code here, and again, if this becomes too much, it should go into a .conf file. But yeah, that is life of a packager, whether it's some other distribution of the 1892 or T2. Stuff doesn't build dependencies. This is yeah, not like just adding it, but also surrounding infrastructure stuff. What is that here? So something libfem. How can stuff fail so much? Didn't even. Does it want libfem or what? Return exit status of undefined reference GNU TLS. Thank you very much. It is in test, so although the test probably shouldn't really fail. Yeah, so much to not using. Can we disable the test for check? Not really interested in like using it today. So much to I only wanted to test if we need an additional package, whether that installs another package config file and versioned shared object. And then 30 minutes later, because obviously that is our life. So that was Mason, right? Wasn't red or whatever and test. Oh, wait a second, they have Mason options, test of unit test compilation, Autobahn test unit, nah. Install tests for as installed tests. They have here. Actually, that might be test depending on GNU TLS. I hope. I'm not entirely sure if disabling the test disables everything. I have the suspicion maybe not. So yeah, don't start with an as complicated package as this here. I added actually a couple of more issues to the GitHub. Oh darn. Oh, maybe this wasn't it. Was it a bool? Maybe. If it was a bool, it's probably false. I added, yeah, some, and bonjour, like converting older packages that still use custmain. I can look that up. Okay, that thankfully built something. So let's see what it installed. So that was the test there, and this is also the reason why my, I think, nearly 7-year-old rolling release external SSD here is as chaotic as it is, because nearly 7 years of such research and development, dependency research and build error research. So as expected, I had already the gut feeling. This installs as libsoap 3, so this is an independent package config with incompatible API and stuff. So that means we do not want to commit it as this. The only thing also here applies to breaking APIs and so on, adding to more dependencies in open source. The only thing is theoretically, although maybe we want to rename that even to libsoap 2. What was the, oh no, this is 3. If we rename this, so there are multiple issues, so basically adding the next package. We want svn mkdir libsoap 3. If we rename this, we cause incompatibility in rolling release installs. Although that is a little bit chicken and egg problem, I prefer to have the latest version without additional numeric identifier, aka like 3. So I would prefer libsoap and libsoap 2 of legacy older version. So like the non-numerically suffixed variant is the main one, and only legacy old Abendtanware stuff, bit rotting stuff, deprecated stuff has numeric suffixes. However, of course, today next to nothing is using libsoap. So maybe the better thing for today would be not to break yours T2 install playing along at home on your PS3 or SG10, but package that as libsoap 3 and maybe rename this in a year or so, when like more than 2 packages use libsoap 3 or something, if that makes sense. If you have other thoughts to that, leave them in the comments. So libsoap, we copy that what I've just done. Also, we can probably copy both and then multi-move that. That is, by the way, probably something you never used. I'm not really sure if it's that is basically move with patterns that are not shell wildcards but expanded by MMV, so that we can rename this to libsoap 2-1. Maybe something that you each video live stream here learn something. And then we need to go back to libsoap 2, libsoap, revert that probably build also mine remove. I hope that doesn't break something. Always live on this channel. And then reinstall that because it had no, but that is a developer thing that of course doesn't usually happen for you playing along at home, because we just added package files to this package to the already installed libsoap 2, libsoap that are supposed libsoap did I darn, I think nobody screamed at me. I stupidly let's do that again. Sven, okay. Oh, wait a second. I half renamed this wrong. That one was correct. MMV, so 2 to 3. Let's revert that what we don't have there. And hope for the best. So usually, of course, if you do that at home, unless you package something and then realize there is a new versioned variant, you don't have, or usually should not have this issue, except when we rename this in a year or something. Welcome everyone. Thanks for checking. So Andreas Baumann confirms Arch Linux has this split like I have just done this, libsoap 3, for Tracker 3 only, something. Plus views PS3. We soon I ironically have, but yeah, actually, if you're interested in this stuff, right, we have here, probably I should go front of that there. You might want to go fund this stuff. I also know that to motivate me and go fund me PS3. Oh, thank you very much for. Anyway, yeah, from my time versus maintaining all this stuff. But leave in the comments below, right now or later, what not found, why is this not found, or did we just want what? I just want money to buy a PS3. Oh, this is not our stuff. Oh, funny stuff. Hey, is there a new one? I think the other day it was 69 though. So yeah, thanks for everyone new. I think it's 10 more than it was the other day. But leave in the comments below what exactly you want to see. So yeah, Andreas confirms the naming there in Arch Linux is the same. Probably the same reason as I said. They had this existing. They cannot just rename it, just like we can't without breaking stuff installed in your home or in your IoT devices out there. Although in the long term, I would think even in a decade, maybe there's nothing left with libsoap 2 and everything's using libsoap 3, so that maybe latest in a decade it would be worth renaming that, but details, and who cares about tomorrow anyway. So package libsoap 3, let's so 3, and thanks for checking that. That's what the amazing audience here is for. Update the cache file just so that you have the proper dependencies to. Oops, don't tell me I didn't. Also wrong. Alright, we usually from this we have here some, oh wait a second, this is definitely partially incorrect. Yeah, usually we should, there's really more random garbage than there should be. Mostly because this is a 7-year-old running, man, is here so much random stuff. I should mostly do that from, did it use Broadly or whatever. Actually, right, I think it had some optional Broadly dependencies. So let's commit that libsoap 3 so that we also have that. Actually, that is funny that we have this. Maybe we remove this excessive white space. Our commit script warns about this. Not the most important here, but also a little bit unnecessary, or probably still not the same authors, also certainly not that maintainer though. So yeah, the libsoap package is old as that is. Maybe I should theoretically although what do I even use? I think I usually use Z42. Right, this is also belongs to if you package something you want to add your name there. And libsoap 3, maybe that is completely rewritten and we want to check, that's probably not that. I wanted to check the author. I also clicked the same wrong link twice. Yeah, I understood this. We will do more videos about the PS3 for sure for years to come, maybe sometime soon. The problem is, of course, I can't do the same thing every day. Also, ironically, I wanted to make a 10-minute video and we probably have already a 30-minute plus video. But so, libsoap, which version is that here? Maybe, so here that is that. And let's check authors, although it would theoretically not be surprised if they, but yeah, leave in the comments below what exactly PS3 you want to see. I need to finish some kernel work, and for that you want to go fund me, or Patreon, or YouTube membership and stuff, because I need to feed my family, pay rent and buy food and so on. And so I need to finish the kernel patches, always improve the RSX stuff, and so maybe we could actually at least, as long as we don't have hardware acceleration, maybe at least play some emulator games and test Super Nintendo or something. Emulation, Amiga emulation, or package Doom and Quake. Actually, I have this open, but yeah, we wasted 30 minutes packaging libsoap 3. But yeah, I would package this, but they don't have release tags. It's a little bit funny, not release turbo, so it's a bit strange. Anyway, leave in the comments below what you want to see. Just gaming, just some or kernel work. So here's the authors. Origin actually has actually that is interesting. Maybe we should update the other then as well. But wait a second. So they have a second file. One file is not enough. You need maintainers. Don't even see that on a. Itself as maintainer. It's so funny. They write there. So yeah, found a bug live. What do you mean with rendering part? That authors references to maintainers, and that doesn't exist, at least here. Anyway, let's see what we have there. Oh, thank you very much. Maintainer. Here's some maintainers. Then Claudio, Patrick, what were the... It's a little bit overkill to review this in such detail, although theoretically that is. There was a Den something. Den was Denjo. Let's see, Den Shoshan. That was weird. Then, okay, it's only one. So I guess we theoretically want to update this in the other package. Not that it's the super most important, but if we already spent the extra time and resources to double check that actually they have here actually. If they have here this already, then we can also add it there. Yeah, all from just seeing excessive white space and then spending some extra 3 minutes to polish that, but to be fair, theoretically this should of course be accurate. Wait a second, don't tell me I edited the wrong, oh darn, I edited the wrong file, only here live on this channel. And nobody was screaming, so yeah. Oh, don't tell me, what am I even freaking doing here? Oh wait, that is why. Yep, when you quickly want to rush it and then you make one copy and paste mistake after the other, and then it costs an extra minute or two. So, but now we have that done, and as we already accidentally touched the other file, let's save that too. So that was done, and then and Sean. Whatever. Good enough. Oops. So and then this other. Yeah, you see a little bit of extra work. Obviously, this is why I made this video, just with some surrounding stuff. And with CustMain, I have here, if you want to clean up some packages in T2, then T2 issues. You have some issues, some are bigger, some are smaller. For example, if you just want to practice adding some packages, you can take a look at OpenOffice, or, yeah, but Ghidorah is more complex and someone already worked a little bit on that. But OpenOffice has like 20 or more new dependencies of lib, WordPerfect, and lots of libs of handling of file formats and stuff. You can add many of those from OpenOffice or KDE and GNOME, or this is also not that difficult. We have like some 70 packages with CustMain left. CustMain. And you can rewrite them to not use CustMain, because with CustMain this disables all the hooks of packages and other stuff of targets being able to expand that. This is a little bit, yeah. Wonder what that shit is doing though. This is a bit of a crazy package, but so theoretically we would want to remove that entirely. 70 packages are left. Theoretically we could remove it now because it's mostly 70 old bit rotting vintage garbage contributor ethic stuff. But we can also be nice and convert that. Also that was, what was it, Rocks Filer. Is it even the usual win-win of quickly checking if it's even the, oops, somehow, if this is the latest version. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. 2.7 also, probably. not updated. Bit rotting Abandonware. Yeah, wherever that. Yeah, 2011 maybe. What was 2.3? Is it that, or what did we have there? 2 or 2.7 of Rox files, Rox filer. Why do I even spend my time with this? But no. Alright, this is somehow strangely sorted. Also to what? Why is here 2.11 to what the heck? Rox filer 2. Yeah, so that probably apparently maybe is. Did we have 2.11? Maybe we had. Oh no, we had 2.7. So Rox filer. See if that downloads something. Maybe it does. It's the usual win-win of updating Abandonware while we are at it, and yeah, more focus this video, 45 minutes long, because we from one to the other in details and breakage and stuff. Don't tell me we live stream already 1 hour. I hope not. Why is this download so slow? Must be docs is failing. Not amazing. We can already rewrite that. The point of touching that was removing this cust main, and that works. Usually this is easy. We can one-to-one convert this usually. Fun fact, I already converted 50 or at least many packages over the last years. I'm just tired of converting Abandonware, vintage Abandonware that I don't need for anything. But as mentioned here in the bug issue report, converts this to make opt cust main stuff, so make opt make inst opt. This prevents make stuff to run, otherwise we try to run make and make install. So set like clearing that, disable that, and then this cust main we can actually reuse as a hook at inmake, because then without cust main the hooks run pre-conf, pre-make, inmake, post-make and stuff. And so the previous cust main thing, maybe, oops, not cust main but install. Apparently so this ecosystem install, I'm not sure what kind of stuff it uses to build that, whatever. And let's see what happens. Let's hope I'm not ruining maybe this verbose Rox filer. Let's see what happens. So this is a very easy conversion. So this also doesn't install because yet another hack for the Seki installation. Oh wow, I even touched that, can't even remember this. 2000, yeah, I can't remember this 17 years later. Anyway, what have I done there with this install of Rox filer? Maybe someone on IRC or something asked to package that and I did, or something. I certainly never used it myself. What do we have there? Install patch, what did it do? Update, this MIME data. The cool thing is that or die, okay. The cool thing is we want exactly for that a wrapper that I should finish actually, more importantly, before releasing the next release the next days. What happens here? Install no such. Okay, they apparently maybe have done away with their bloody install script. Let's see what they have there now. I have no idea. Compile properties, what the heck, you can't make this stuff up. How to install this stuff, readme 2021, or if you download a source, a binary table directly, type this app run, this will compile the file if necessary and then run it. More common to use zero install and distribute packages. File using zero install do alias Rox. You had me at so much too. Okay, fine. Then maybe that explains why this wasn't never updated. Yeah. Another precious 5 minutes wasted with that. Let's see, SVNDI. Okay, let's revert that. Theoretically, we could see if they have like 2.8 or something. Rox filer 2.8. If that exists and doesn't have this crazy zero install stuff, and maybe tiny little bit update just for the giggles of that. Okay, this also doesn't have an install. That explains why we have 2.7, maybe, potentially. Let's see. It was anyway only meant as an example. What's this with my caps lock? Is there a way, so question configure, oh, this also doesn't build, what? File doesn't work, giving up, package is not installed, libglade, something, okay. Theoretically it does something. This is how you would, what? Filer. This is how you would do it, actually, right, we want to, I guess, revert that, let's see. Converted rocks filer to concost main to in make hook just for, and deleted this patch because soon we don't need it anymore anyway. And let's edit this like example given. So enjoy that. Patch is welcome. That's it for this video. Let's see one quick look there. Thanks for tip with MMV. Yeah, MMV is a little bit of probably, yeah, not a very popular package, but accidentally discovered that like 20 years ago. OpenJDK, configure error, out of product jobs passed with not. So you can of course just remove that with var either manual or our helpers var remove. I'm not sure if it's in make, probably in make opt, right? I guess. So maybe you want var remove, you might want var remove regex make opt. Actually, maybe do we use, that depends if whether we use, anyway, maybe -j, but not sure if that works depending on, we would need something like, let's see, probably build bash. Do we use -j? Ah, okay, so we use -j without space. So then that is easy, that works as typed out. Var remove regex make opt -j dot star. And used SED. Yeah, SED is overkill variable expansion. So the direct shell, of course, would be make opt equals make opt substitute -j, something of that sort, not something of that so could work, or yeah, because that is a little bit error prone. This is why we have this helper, so that would be as typed there. Make opt separated by space and then -j, that probably should work. And then var append make opt. If you want to add the other one, jobs equals a variable name thereof SDE config parallel max or something. Anyway, that's it for today. Looking for your patches, and I hope you learned something.